everybody, this is Dr. Dain. I have another tool for you on the Tour of Consciousness. Welcome to this installment of the Tour of Consciousness. It is a great pleasure to be with you. I have an interesting thing to talk to you about, to look at with you, to give you a question to ask. And that is, what is it that's actually true for you and about you that you don't even want to know because nobody else has ever been able to acknowledge you for it? What? Would you like that in English one time? What is it that's actually true about you or for you that you have given up on knowing because no one else could ever acknowledge you for it? What do I mean? Well, let me give you an example. When I was in high school, I was in an AP English class. You know, it was the AP classes, the classes, for those of you who haven't been in high school a long time or don't know what the heck I'm talking about, it's sort of the advanced classes for the people who are supposedly smart enough to be able to handle the weirdest teachers in the world. That's what I think it was, because we had the weirdest teachers in these classes. And very eccentric, you know, they were the teachers with the weirdest personalities. And I think that's the way they chose how you could get in this class, is could you handle the weird personality of the teacher? I don't think it had anything to do with my personal intelligence. And so what happened was, one day the teacher comes in and he says, "Here, I just have a suggestion for you." I said, "What?" He said, "You know what?" He's all, "You should go work in a bank and you should become, work there long enough to become the vice president. Walk in one night, turn off all the alarms, go in the vault, steal all the money, pocket it away somewhere, and then come back to work the next day." And I went, "Why?" And he said, "Because, you're so honest looking and you have such an honest nature. It probably can't be true, but you have that look, so I think you should make some money on it." And I was like, wow. At the same time that there was an acknowledgement in that, there was a total invalidation. And I had pretty much spent my entire life invalidating that about me. And a few weeks ago, I made a demand of myself. If you've been following me on the Tour of Consciousness for any length of time, or if you've ever taken any of the classes that I facilitate, or if you've ever read my book, Being You Changing the World, you know that one of the things I talk about is making a demand. Well, I do this for myself too. Every tool I share with you, it's because I'm using it or I've just come across it and I'm being reminded of it again, okay? So I use these things all the time. But a few weeks ago, I made a demand of myself and I went, you know what? I'm no longer gonna be anything that's not true for me, even if no one else gets where I'm coming from, what I'm talking about, or how I'm being. Okay, so that sounds like a long-winded demand. Well, welcome to my head. I like to talk a lot. So what did that do? Well, I was facilitating a Being You Changing the World class in LA in the beginning of May, and it was right before this class that I made that demand. And one of the things that I was able to be there was a level of caring that I always knew was true for me, but that I'd somehow tried to cut off because other people always thought that if I were being that caring, it couldn't be real, that I was trying to manipulate or trying to get something from them. And so I made the demand, you know what, I'm not going to stop this anymore. I'm not going to cut this off. And I also was like, hey, you know what, throw whatever judgments you have to at me or whatever unkindness or whatever you got to do, but I'm not going to stop caring anymore. I'm not going to stop being the caring that I know I am because I've never been acknowledged for it in totality by anybody else who couldn't see it. So, what is it about you that you're cutting off that you know is true for you, that you know would make your life more fun if you had it, just because other people couldn't see it, couldn't validate it, and couldn't acknowledge it? Everything that is that you've been cutting off, would you make the demand now that it's going to reawaken today, starting now? Because you need it, it'll make your life a better place, and the world needs it. The world needs you on your game, now more than ever. Everything that doesn't allow that, times a gazillion, will you destroy and create it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine, shorts, boys and beyonds. And if you're brand new to the Tour of Consciousness and you have no idea what those weird words are, go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Dr. Dain Heer, and check it out. Check the Access Clearing Statement out. You'll watch the fog clear as I do it, which just blows me away because I had no idea that was going to be happening. But it is an example of what magic we can create when we step into being us. So, Once again, the tool is, what is it that I gave up on being long ago because other people couldn't see it and couldn't acknowledge it that I'd like to have now back again as me? I hope this tool helps you. I hope it contributes to your life and living. Thank you once again for being part of the Tour of Consciousness. I'm so grateful. You truly are a gift, my beautiful friend, and I hope you know it every day of your life. What if you, truly being you, are the gift and the change this world requires? See you next time. Bye.